Hello everybody, I'm Spawn101 and welcome to a Halo Infinite update. So obviously the May update has finally dropped. So there are some good things, quality of life improvement things. So let's have a bit of a discussion of what is actually happened. So obviously there are some buffs and nerfs that were going on. So obviously the shock grenade did get a bit nerfed. And also the spike grenade's supposed to be more like Halo 3's spike grenade, but it's literally worse. It really was like a heavy nerf. Because obviously when I tried to use that grenade, it just like hardly kills anybody, hardly grazes anybody's shields, and it's just like, yeah, that grenade is honestly awful. And it really should have done a buff instead of just like a nerf. So the dynamo grenade, obviously I'm just going to call it the shock grenade because obviously it makes more sense. So obviously the dynamo grenade did get nerfed. So I don't know what part of it got nerfed, but I think it's kind of like a damage and the duration is a bit shortened. So I honestly kind of okay with that because obviously the shock grenade just lets you get abused so much, and I do honestly agree with that. But sometimes I kind of actually liked it the way it was, but I don't know if it's gonna be like a nerf for ranked. I'm not entirely sure, but obviously once I play Halo Infinite again, I would literally try it out and see if it actually nerfed in ranked or just literally nerfed in general. So yeah. Also, let's talk about the custom game browser that is available in custom games. So obviously they did change it up a bit just to make it a little bit easier for new people that just don't understand the custom game browsers there. So if you select the custom games, you obviously see a custom game browser right there and create match. So obviously you can still see it in the community tab. Obviously not a lot of people actually notice it, but obviously theaters there and recommending maps, prefabs, and game types. So I obviously kind of dislike this change because I obviously know the custom game browser is there, but it's just people just idiotically just doesn't know that it's on the community tab. But it's understandable that if people just don't understand where it actually was. So honestly, this is kind of a okay change, and it also made the pages, because I think there was a glitch because there's only showed about like one page and a few games that are just there, because about like 5-ish. So it was kind of a bit of a bug because obviously there were like reports there was like more than just 5 custom games were literally making. So obviously they finally fixed that. So you can actually see more custom games and see more pages. So obviously when I take a look at it, it was just like 2 pages. Because obviously not a lot of people just play this game anymore. Which is understandable, but I do agree that it just like have a lot of issues that just needed to be fixed. So yeah, the ultimate change that me and a lot of people really requested so much is the items that were vaulted from season 1 and season 2 to be available to purchase, even if it's not in the store. So let's take a look. So I obviously unlocked all the armors, but not some of the charms and not some of the stances. But obviously you see at the bottom of the screen it says available for purchase, but once you select it, then it says go to the store instead of saying vaulted. So I'm honestly happy about it. So you just like click on it and it's right there. So this really got me a vibe of what Call of Duty has done, because once I just like searching for an item that I really was interested in, but it's not available in the store, so I had to like go through like a operator or a weapon skin that just looks so decent, and then I could literally go and select it and then see the whole bundle. So I'm actually glad that they literally made this improvement, because obviously seeing these items just literally not no longer at the store, because you have to like wait for weeks and weeks and weeks, or months and months and months, or even a year till these items literally come back. And it's like people just didn't really have time for that. So obviously I'm very happy for people that just they did not have the chance to literally get these items that he really wanted so much, like with the Halo Reach armors or some of the Raksha armors. So it's a very nice improvement. I really do like it a lot. There are still some items that just aren't available yet, because they did say only a certain amount of bundles are going to be available to purchase. But I also hope they could do like all of them, and even like the armors that just weren't available in the store, because I seen like tons and tons of armors and a few other things that weren't available at the store at all, because I just checked and checked, and there's like they're just not there. So also they did say about the HCSs is coming back to be available, but also they're not available right now. So I'm hoping they like bring the season 1 and season 2 back, but obviously I think they're going to like change up the season 1 bundle a bit, because I also took a look at the visors, and there are some of the HCS visors that were in season 1. So I really do hope they could literally bring that to life, so I could just literally just like spend my credits just to get that, because obviously some of these visor colors look pretty decent, even though they're just basic colors, and I just really want that, because seeing some of the patterns, I'm not really a huge fan of the patterns, because I'm just more of a like default color type of guy. So I don't know if there's any more improvements, but obviously there's some people saying is the settings, the setting reset problem is gone. No, it is not gone. So, but I did submit a ticket on it, so hopefully they get into it, because obviously seeing your settings just getting reset every single time when you load up the game, it becomes so frustrating, because it obviously does piss a lot of people off, because it's such a hassle. So I really hope they can literally fix that shit and just literally make the game a lot more better, so it's being incredibly frustrating. And what about cross-core? Literally no news on the cross-core, because I'm very, very worried that if they just literally no longer doing cross-core, because it's literally been nearly a full year of cross-core, because the only thing that is cross-core is just visors and some armor coatings, but it's just really, really not enough, because a lot of people were demanding cross-core, because like, come on, I could vision so many armor combos, and they just like suppressing that shit, and it's like there needs to be serious info and serious things. That is the cross-core still on the table, or is it just literally just out the window? Because a lot of people are just frustrated about saying there's no news about it, and it's like, it's clearly obvious that you're just not going to do it anymore, because I don't know why. Because it's probably because it's a hassle, but I do understand that, but at the same time, the community wants that to be in the game, because it's a lot more fun, it's a lot expansive, and it could do so much better. So, 343, please just tell us information, whether or not it's still on the table, because if you're just going to keep suppressing all that shit, saying there's no news and anything else, and just being radio silent about it, it's literally a sign saying we are no longer planning to do cross-core, even if you don't want to admit it, because I'm just like furious when it's just like not hearing it. So yeah, I think that's all for this May update. So I really do like some of the quality improvements of having these armors and a few other bundles that are available right now to buy. So you should wonder if they're a limited time thing. No, they're not. They're unlimited. So you don't have to like wait for like daily or weekly items to just rotate from the store just to get it. You can just literally select which one that you want to actually take a look at, and it's literally right there. So yeah, because you take a look at the hands up armor set for Halo Reach, and it used to be 2,000 credits, but obviously they cut that in half. So if you want to buy it for 1,000 credits, then it's up to you. It's available right there. So that's the prime example. So yeah, custom games browser is available in custom games, even though I already know that is on the community tab, because obviously that's where the maps and prefabs and game types are. So you just literally take a look, because it's obviously easier. So it's probably easy for newbies that just literally don't know where the custom game browser is. So it's understandable that it's available in custom games slot instead of just literally being in the community tab. But at the same time, it is part of the community. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Some of the nerf on the grenades, they honestly should have been buffed. The dynamo grenade kind of deserves a bit of a nerf, but not that heavy nerf. The spike grenade really should not be nerfed that bad, because it's just literally heavily bad. And a lot of people were just saying this grenade's useless. I'm going to use the frag grenade, plasma grenade, and dynamo grenade, because that's the only 3 grenades that a lot of people are just going to literally use. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, subscribe to my channel. Really helps me out a lot. And what do you think about this quality improvement update for Halo Infinite? So what do you think about it? Do you like it, dislike it, somewhere in between, or do you think it could have been a little bit better? Because obviously for me, 343 needs to have more communication about the cross-core. So yeah, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care everyone. Bye bye.